Okay, and we're live. Audio working? Okay, what time is it? 2:30, Monday, April 8th. And I'm going to do something a little different today, something I've been wanting to do for a while. So let me show you what I got here. What I got here is some watercolor paper. And I figured I'll show you how to use it. So some people have asked me about starting out, and just I say start off just using a sketch pad. And I recommend gouache. So I also been wanting to gouache. So these are my gouaches, brand new. Whoa, I got like pretty much every color. It's great. So I'm all set. And I haven't done gouache in easily over a decade. But I love gouache. Gouache is like watercolor, but it's opaque. Okay, so this is art watercolor paper, and it comes in a block. And you can see it's dark here. And the first thing you gotta do is you gotta take the outside. We use it to do it is you use a knife. Okay, my eyes are going here. I can't. You want to get the first sheet, and you sort of just cut it off. It's very satisfying to do this. Oh, I haven't done this in 10 or 15 years, but I've done this tons of times. There's something very satisfying. Okay, so this is just like a cover sheet. You don't even need it. So you can just take it right off, and it's gone. And what's left is now. Hey, where's the video? Oh, never mind. So what's left now is this like ready to go painting easel watercolor, and so the paper is nice. It's very thick. And what happens is once you're finished painting, you get a knife and you go and then you just cut off that sheet and it's done, and then below is another perfect watercolor. Because this is a heavy stock, it's not going to bleed through. This is 140 pounds. Now, the numbers are kind of weird. When they say it's 140 pounds, it really depends on how it's pressed. So you can actually have a higher or lower pound paper, and it actually might be thinner. And I actually learned this just through YouTube. I found some guy who works with paper, and I learned that actually the pounds don't always represent exactly how thick it is, like actual physically thick it is. But this is 100% cotton. This is the kind of stuff I've done most of my like good watercolors on watercolor paper. So this is bringing back lots of fun memories. So here you go. And this is what I like about it, is that you have a nice hard surface to work on, and the paint picks up really nicely. Okay. And I have over here, these are my old watercolor brushes. So I haven't used these in so long. So watercolor and gouache behave very, very similar in that you mix them with water. But how they're different is that watercolor, you can't paint over another color, right? It's transparent, whereas gouache acts like acrylic where it's opaque. You could paint a lighter color on top of dark color. So it has the flexibility of watercolor, but also the flexibility of acrylic, and that's why I really like it. So you can get, like when you paint watercolor, you really have to plan out very carefully where the dark and lights are, because once you paint a dark area, you can't make it lighter. With gouache, you have more flexibility. So I'm going to show you this. Let me show you my desktop. Is this? Can't tell. Can you see my desktop? I think so. Okay, so on my desktop, this is my website in the middle. Here, I'll just make it really big so it's easy to see. I did these, a couple of these abstract kind of paintings a while ago. This one's called Blue Ball. I did it in 1997. It's gouache on paper, and I just love this little abstract little shape. And here it is. This is what it looks like when it's framed. And there's two more, and they're all in private collections, so I don't have them anymore. I only have these crappy photographs. And I kind of feel like doing something similar to this. This is it's just going to load up the next one. It's kind of just these fun little abstract, goofy things. And this one over here, this one with the circles, I literally think with this one, I think I took a roll of masking tape and then took a brush and flicked it to get that pattern. I don't know if you can see that, to get this pattern. And it's a little bit like, is it Mark Klee? Yeah, I think it's Klee, had these kind of like fun little shapes and stuff. So I'm going to go and just have some fun experimenting. But I really liked the way this ball turned out here. On this one, just a sec. not that one, this one. So I'm just going to look at it and see if I can steal some ideas from it. And maybe I'll just do a whole bunch of balls. Colorful, abstract kind of fun balls. Balls. Okay, so it looks like I had some blacks. The photograph is really bad. Like, I can see the shine coming off from it. I gotta try to find a locate where it is. Oops. Okay, so anyhow, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna make this smaller. I don't really need it. I'm gonna play some music. And let me go back to my view here. So now I think you can see me. All right, and well, maybe I'll zoom in a bit. Bonk. Over, how about like that? Okay, so I really don't have any plan. Maybe, oh, this is a good idea. I've got these oil pastels and some colored pencils. Yeah, maybe I'll do something with here. Maybe I'll start with an oil with a pencil. What color is this? I don't know. Okay, so let's just say I don't want to. When I make a ball, it's this abstract ball thing. You know, it feels already like space. So I might do some things to it that aren't space-like. So I'm just doing these random kind of things. I'm just gonna let my hands flow and see what happens. I do want to try some adding white to it. So I'm gonna go right down for fun. You can't tell this is white. I'm just gonna babble for a bit. These are oil pastels. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna screw around and I'm gonna see what happens when I mix oil pastels, which are fun to work with. I've done lots of oil pastel drawings. I should show you some. They're really cool. And I'm sort of drawn to blues. I just love blue, but the right kind of blue. I don't know what kind of blue this is. That's the one I had before. Okay, so like, yeah, this is just total experiment, and who knows what happens. Now let's break out first gouache in a decade or two. Okay, here it is. I love gouache. You just have to touch it. Now watch what's going to happen. So these are like, I don't know, they're Asian style brushes, which are good for certain watercolors. I don't want that. This one. This is the one I want. Let's kind of, let's see, where's the camera? I'm going to try with this one because it has a nice fine point to it. It's weird. These are like my kids. Like I remember these brushes. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit too happy. I need some darkness in here. Yes. Oh, deep violet. Let's see what happens when I do deep violet. And you know who I loved? Gershwin Iskowitz. I liked his abstracts. I'm going to steal some of his ideas, but okay, I'm going to use some black. Black, okay. Now the thing about black is, what the fuck kind of brush is this? This looks like a painter's brush. And look how thick the bristles are. Okay, so this, when you look at it, these are like possibly horsehairs, or they're very thick bristles. And it's gonna have a different. This is soft and absorbs the water nicely. So let's just see what happens when I do this. Like I'm actually gonna just see what kind of effect it has if I just stamp it down. And even, you know, let's just go nuts here. I've got this. Look at this palette knife. Has some dried up paint on it. I don't know if nothing happens when I do that. Okay, just for fun, let's see if I can get some sort of white. Okay, now let's just try this green here. If I just bring the green in. You are my angel. I have that song ready to go. Okay, you know what I might do? Just for fun, I might do ridiculously thin lines. Look at this tiny brush. I actually went and bought a couple really fine point brushes. Like, look at this thing. Look at these babies. Yeah, look, it's so cute. I might actually, I don't know if you can see them. I might actually just try just for fun. See what happens if I bring them across. You are my angel. Way up, bum, 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 bum. Okay, well, let's get to music. And I'll get banned again. Where's my mouse? 140 pence. That's funny. Yeah, Cheryl, that has to do with the weight of the paper, the how it's compressed, the thickness. It's a weird rating scale. It doesn't even make sense. The reason I learned about this recently is because I've been wanting to, I just can't afford to, but I wanted to get a printer, a G-Clay printer. They're just out of my price range. And I was learning about what kind of paper you can print on. Like there's canvas and thick watercolor paper. And what's cool about these G-Clay printers is you can actually print with thick surfaces. Like, you know, just your regular home printer, you can't print anything thicker than a piece of paper. So I was learning about the process. No, what the fuck am I saying? I was learning about, this is how I am a typical guy. I can only think of one thing at a time. I already forgot what I was talking about. You can only print, you can print thick things. So he was explaining about paper thickness. And I always assumed that the higher the pounds, the thicker the paper was, but that's not necessarily true. And there was some reason for it, but it was getting kind of boring. I didn't listen that well. So the other thing that you can do with gouache is, excuse me, is that you can get some texture. See how thick it is? With watercolor, you could never do that. Okay, so I'm just trying to think of like, what the hell am I doing here? What is this thing? And I might just go with like the flow kind of idea and let my subconscious just do it. That's probably the best idea, best thing to do right now. So let's just try dripping water in and see how it affects. It might just bleed the edges a bit. I mean, it might just make the stuff flow together. And it might be good, it might not. Let the paint colors touch. I definitely want to get some white. This looks like it's beige. I actually bought these because I went on a trip. My first vacation in about 12 years. I wouldn't have gone except my friend paid for it. Anyhow, my plan was to do some painting when I was down there, and so I bought all of these gouaches, and I ended up just spending the whole time in the pool and not doing any painting. It was the right thing to do. So I have all these gouaches, and I can't believe I can't find white. Seriously, what's this? Burnt umber. Okay. Uninhibited art exact. Kinds of coral. Okay. What if okay, I'm gonna go back to my these things. These are oops. Now maybe I could just try to find something in here. Like I could just try to find something and see, what are you? It's like we're going exploring. We're exploring this strange world. And maybe part of it might be I just might leave after a few seconds. I might just leave it and just quickly go on to another one. I could just do a whole bunch of these and just it'll be like these weird moments in time. You are my angel. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, and maybe that'll get me in the mood. I'm not sure. I feel like I need more danger. I need more danger in my life. Let's bring back the danger. Here we go. Massive attack. I think I need more blacks and whites. Here's white. So sometimes you will get the paper buckling up because it's wet, but you just live with it. I think I could use some yellow, maybe. Oh shit! I guess we're using lots of yellow today. You are my angel. She's on the dark side. Neutralize. What if I put? Where's that white? Gotta keep the white close to me. What if I took this? Fuck. Actually, I got a whole bunch of. See these pencils? I've had these since about 1984. Look, I've taped them up, and the tapes. I've done most of my pencil drawings with this set, and I had MacGyvered so it can slide open, but I haven't opened this in probably a decade. Oh, come on, baby. How do you get? Oh, come on. I want to get some colored pencils. I don't want to ruin it. Look how old this tape is. Okay. It's supposed to flip up. Ah, fuck me. All right. And it sits up like that. I don't have a pencil sharpener. I could have used a pencil sharpener. Oh yeah, I let music influence my art all the time. In fact, the only reason why I don't do it all the time is because YouTube keeps muting my stuff. They're probably going to mute this. So many of my artworks are based on music. I just have to go and I have to like explain it to people. Okay, I don't know what the fuck this thing is. You know what I'm going to do? Maybe I'm going to take this one off. Start another one right away. I turn on the volume. Or no, just give me a minute here. Let me just sort of meditate with this thing. I think it needs red. I think next time I'm going to put a watercolor down. Yeah. I want it to be like a tight ball, kind of like the one I did up before. black, and he's black. Well, is that blue? Deep violet. Let's just get my hands a little dirty in there. And what I'd like to do is put a couple of purposeful things that is clearly they're intentionally done there. So it's not just a bunch of drippy bullshit lines that for some crazy reason someone decided to do something intentional. And I think that's kind of what makes it. This looks like it could be a very nice color. Oh yeah, I was going to use this thing as a palette. I get messy too. Where's the top? There's lamp black. This is a traditional Chinese watercolor brush. See how big it is? That's used for like doing like Chinese calligraphy and stuff. Okay, let's listen to some Interstellar. Hans Zimmer Interstellar. Where's that black? Deep violet, burnt umber. Here's white. I'm going to keep the white and the black together. Lamp black, yeah. You are my angel. Okay. Angel, come from way. Oh, here's a beautiful color. Look at that color. Come from way above. You are my angel. My angel. Okay, kind of. Maybe I'll just leave this one for now. Yeah. Although it does need that little bit of white. It needs like these crazy streaks of white. It just needs something like that goes like. I wanted more intense white. So maybe I'll just drip it on. Okay, let's take this one off. Okay. I'm just gonna wash my hands 1 sec. All So let's okay, now if you want to remove it, you can see that the paint is buckled up a bit. See? Just because it's wet. So what you gotta go do is like there's a little tab across here. There's a little exposed area where there's no binding around the edge. There's usually about, I think, 20 pages on these things. You find it, and then you get a knife and you just slice it off like this. And the trick is you gotta cut outwards. So you go like this, you cut outwards. Make sure your knife's clean so you don't contaminate the one below it. So once in a while you get two. I need glasses. I can't tell if I have two or not. Nope, one, okay. There we go. So let's just put this pile of goo aside. And we can start right on another one. Turn down that music just a bit. Strange connected web. And then oops. Let's put two colors of red. Just for fun. Let's just see what happens when I do this. Where's that big Chinese brush? Oh, here's another wicked Chinese brush. This one here. It's very soft. It's just going to take the paint and it's just going to like blend it all around. I'm just curious how much this is going to overlap the oil pastel. This is called wine red. Put a drop of wine red there. You know, I should take all these brushes. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit more. Huh. Oh geez, holy shit, there's a whole bunch of text I missed. Sometimes I can't access American YouTube posts. What's like YouTube? This is Facebook. Haha, I was expecting a subtle watercolor painting. So it looks like a ball of yarn. I think it looks like a city graffiti that someone peeled off a wall, crumpled up into a ball. Yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking... I actually love it. Funny the different aspects you see if you tilt the laptop screen. One thing about a circle is it never ending. Yep. Okay. I forgot to scroll up the YouTube like chatty window thing. Oh, there's more. Gouache, Gouache. It's water-based, yeah. And you could just do things that you can't with watercolor. I can show you a whole bunch of paintings I've done with gouache. Here, I'll show you. Let me go to the front. Okay, is this my computer? Okay, I'm going to pause the music. I'm going to go to my website. And what's that one about a frog? So there's one, okay, F-R-O-G. I think it's a frog, or it's a part of a sculpture. Yeah, this one. Oh, it's called The Frog. Okay, so here's what you could do with, I don't know if you guys can see this. I should have my screen up. Okay, so this one here is, this is from a sculpture of Michelangelo, and this is just a photograph of a paint. Well, this is all painting, and that little clam is a cutout. So everything is gouache except for this little cutout. So this is what you can do with gouache, is you have the ability to, you know, make it look more, you have a lot more control over colors and lights. So I could actually add, so actually that little speck here is a bit of white paint on top of the black, right? So that's not just, like with watercolor, I would have had to plan it out so that this white was the paper. But with gouache, I could paint the white. So it's way more, you have a lot more control. So that's an example of gouache. Oops. Why does it make it smaller? And I'm pretty sure if I did mixed media. Let's see what's, I've done tons of gouache just because I really liked it over watercolor. You only need a tiny bit. And, okay, I'm just going to close this. You don't need to see that. Okay, so top. Let's go back to painting. Enough blabbing. Yakety yakety yak. Okay. Okay, with a little bit of hand zimmer. Can you guys see okay? Yeah, I think you can see. Or is the camera? Well, the camera looks like I might have bumped it somehow. Oh well. Okay. Hello from a fellow artist. Hello, that's cool. Gouache is cool. It's spelled G-O-U-A-C-H-E. I've only ever used acrylic paint. Is it similar texture? No, it's very different. It's like, it behaves like watercolor, but it has it's somewhere between watercolor and acrylic. It feels like watercolor when you're putting it on, but like I said, it's opaque. It can ride on top of other colors. So, and I just did an experiment by using oil pastels and then painting over it. And as I suspected, the oil pastel, the water was pushing it to the side, so I was able to paint over it. Okay, so for this one, I don't know. I gotta stop thinking. I'm thinking too much. I got a good song. Okay, I know a good song to paint to. Here. This is one of my favorite songs. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ready? This will put me in the mood of just... Let me skip this ad. Here we go. Play after this ad. One of my favorite songs of all time. Yeah, it looks like a pentagram-y thing, doesn't it? Okay, let's just all pay attention to the music. Check yourself. A large automobile. Yourself. Days are gone, let the water hold me down. Through again after the fire's gone. After the lifetime, water flowing underground. Ask yourself, look at this. Ask yourself, that large automobile. Ask yourself, not my beautiful wife. Ask yourself, not my beautiful wife. Go by, let the water hold me down. Let go by, flowing underground. Oh yeah, money's gone. A lifetime, flowing underground. Ever was, same as it ever was. 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 Days go by, let the water hold me down. Days go by, water flowing underground. Do it again, money's gone. It's a lifetime, water flowing underground. Go self, where is this thing? Ooh. Hey, ask yourself, alright, am I wrong? Ask yourself, my God, what have I done? Let's go by, let the water hold me down. Let's go by, water underground. Who again? The rocks and stones buried underground. Let's go by. Let's go by. Till again, if the money's gone. A lifetime, going underground. Was, never was, never was. After us, time is after us. Time never was, same as it never was. Days go by, days go by. Oh man. Oh, when that song ends, it's like coming down from a drug for me. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, there is water underground. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Rocks and stones underground. Same as it ever was. 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 Down, down, down. Let the water hold me down. Down, down, down. After the money's gone, rocks and stones. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. That's good. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. That's good. We're leaving this one alone. Let's just leave this one alone. Pew, pew, done. Gonna wash my hands again. This money's gone. knife. Okay. So let's take out this one. Come on. Believe it or not, you can screw this up easily. You can cut the paper and tear it. So you kind of have to have this gentle touch of you just sort of feel it sliding through. It's probably like hunters were so used to like skinning deer, they know exactly how to do it. I've been doing this since I was like 10 years old. Okay. All right, so I can't tell if they're monstrosities or they're actually any good. So I'm going to do another one. And what I might do is just, here, I'm going to put them over here. Put them down. And coming back and look at them later. Okay, this one I want to have, what's this one going to be? Oh, I was under a lot of stress last week and recently, so I'm just kind of like just letting it out a little bit, give myself a little break. Like this for me is my therapy. I get to just don't give a shit what anyone thinks. Don't give a shit if it makes sense. Don't give a shit. Just, some people like to go play squash, or this is what I like to do. I like to go with the flow, man. Okay, so I just sometimes, you know what it is? I just let my hands do it. I'm like an observer. Okay, so this one. Okay. Yeah, you can just see I was so different from watercolors. So completely different. Oh, maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should have some. See, it has viscosity to it. So if I just do it right, I could get it to do some stuff. I'd have to play with it a bit more. Okay, it's kind of like I gotta go into my little zone trance and just forget about it and let the other person take over, whoever that is. Let the other person take over. Whoa, why am I thinking pinks now? That's crazy. Who the hell would think of pinks? Pinks are disgusting. What a weird combination of colors. Why are you doing that? Ooh, no, don't do that. Ah! Don't do that, pink. Ah! What are you doing? You're just trying to make it ugly, aren't you? You son of a bitch. Let the rocks hold me now. Let da 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 da. Once in a lifetime. Okay, let's get some. I need to be on that journey. I need to go with Hans Zimmer on a journey. Come on, take me. Take me, Hans Zimmer. Take me off into the stars. Float. I'm gonna float away. Where are we going? Is this a black hole? What is this place? It's not striking enough. It's not striking enough. Maybe I'll come back to all these and add figures somehow. Maybe I'll come back to all these and turn them into plants that are just growing. Give them patterns. So strange. I don't like that. I think I need to add some darkness to that. Remember. Wash my hands. more. Ugh. Whew. Can I do one more of these ridiculous? I've done 4. Let's do a really black one. Let's do a dark one. Okay. They actually kind of look nice. Huh. They actually look kind of nice all together, like as a group. Huh. Okay. I gotta get in the mood this time. I gotta get in the mood. There's something off. I need to be in a dark place. I need to get into like I need the right kind of music. Just give me a minute to think about this. It needs to be something dark and not Massive Attack. Something darker. Something. Oh, maybe like the Pixies. Like, is there like a. Da, 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 da. Or I do like that weird Norwegian band Stalinfargard, whatever the hell they're called. They have a couple songs which are awesome. They're not really actually they're kind of melancholy. I'll see if I can find it. Starflower. Now, what's that Norwegian? Vanilla Sky. Vina. They did a song for Vanilla Sky soundtrack. Sigur Rós. Okay, so this is a cool band. They all sound the same, all of it, but Sigur Rós. Okay. There's 2 songs by Sigur Rós that I'm going to play. They're not super sad, but they are... let's see. Okay, here's one. Sven Englar is one. Okay, come on. Let me just skip this ad. Here we go. Here's the black. That's it. That's it. Done. Whew. That one's done. Looks like a bumblebee. Just take a break for now. It was kind of good. I got that out of my system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things. I think they're going to look nice when they're all together. They don't mean anything. They just were just something I just had to do. It's kind of like do you remember the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where that dude is obsessed with the hill? It's kind of like that a little bit. I kind of got obsessed with this circly little blob. Kind of thinking of almost like the, you know, like the primordial soup of life, like the spark of life coming up here, like the process of mitosis and meiosis and cell division, and that's like a little ball of life growing, mutating, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay. I can take a breath now. I feel good. Thanks for watching. See you later.